Merry Christmas. This is Pub Football, Miles and Jimmy. We are recording this on Christmas Eve. We're going to put it up on Christmas Day. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This is the show we talk about the Premier League, we talk about the fixtures, we talk about the results, we do it while we drink a beer. Today's beer, the last one on my beer advent calendar, number 24, is Grand Prestige from Hertog Jan. 10%, so it might be a bit wobbly by the end of this. Very much looking forward to it. Today's show's going to be a bit different because we've had the fixtures from the weekend that we need to review. We've also got Boxing Day fixtures that we need to preview. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to go through, I'll quickly run through all the results and the fixtures, and then we will go through the fixtures for Boxing Day and recap how they got on over the weekend. Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so over the weekend, the start of the weekend, 12:30 on Saturday, Everton drew 0-0 at Goodison Park against Arsenal in one of the most boring games of football I've ever watched. The start of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, Aston Villa going down 3-1 embarrassingly at home to Southampton. Bournemouth losing at home 1-0 to Burnley. Brighton losing at home as well 1-0 to Sheffield United. Newcastle finally a home win 1-0 over Crystal Palace. And Norwich losing at home 2-1 against Wolves. The late kickoff, Manchester City 3, Leicester 1, massive game for the title race. And on Sunday, Watford upsetting Man United at Vicarage Road 2-0 to kick off the day before Tottenham lost in the late kickoff 2-0 at home to Chelsea. Son Heung-min getting a red card. We will go into that later. The fixtures for Boxing Day.
Lots of presenting.
Spurs kicking it off at 12:30 on Boxing Day against Brighton at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. At 3, Aston Villa, Norwich, Bournemouth versus Arsenal, Chelsea taking on Southampton, Crystal Palace hosting Watford, Everton hosting Burnley, and Sheffield United hosting Watford. Palace are hosting Crystal Palace Crystal Palace hosting West Ham. Sheffield United hosting Watford. At 5:30, Man United will be hosting Newcastle at Old Trafford. And at 8 o'clock on Boxing Day in the evening, which is a shocker, a Boxing Day fixture at 8 o'clock.
I think it's a beaut of a game as well.
It's a beaut of a game, but 8 o'clock. Leicester, Liverpool at the King Power. And then on Friday, which annoyed me as well, because all the games should be Boxing Day, is Wolves, Man City at Molineux. Okay, so the first game of Boxing Day, Tottenham hosting Brighton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, straight after Sunday's loss at home against Chelsea. Tottenham were terrible against Chelsea. Chelsea fully deserved it. We'll talk on the Chelsea side when we preview the Chelsea game.
Yeah, of course.
But from a Tottenham perspective, it was drab. There was nothing, and it was bitty, and it became a fight. And Son Heung-min's red card was stupid. It had become one of those games where it was a bit fighty, a bit scrappy.
Do you think he got the midfield combination wrong?
No. Yes. Dyer and Sissoko. He brought Eriksson at half-time. He did nothing. Why he left Harry Winks on the bench to play Christian Eriksen is a shambles. I've now heard a rumour that Bale's been in touch with Mourinho because they're going to try and go Eriksen plus cash.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but no, he got his selection wrong in that instance. There's not much else you could do going forward. Lucas Moura one side, Son Heung-min, who was absent, didn't play very well, was frustrated, and then kicked out Antonio Rudiger
at the moment, isn't he? He keeps doing things where you're like, well, why are you doing that?
And he did kick him. He kicked him in the unmentionables.
And then he went down like, he was like, what is going on?
Yeah, of course it's red card. VAR there, how you could do it stupid. The game as well marred with horrible actions. There's alleged racism against Rudiger. There's been alleged racism against Son. Someone's been arrested from the Chelsea side. And someone throwing a coffee cup on the pitch at Kepa. The guy who threw the coffee cup has been banned from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Should be banned from every stadium in the country, all the way through the Football League. The highest level of football he should be allowed to watch should be the National League. And even that, for me, is a bit too much. Now there's money involved in that.
Yeah, I just think, well, we'll obviously go on to racism. Racism is worse at the most.
That's horrible.
Unbelievably bad.
Son Heung-min, the person's been arrested. They're doing investigations into the Tottenham fans. I said this on Love Sport on Sunday. I'm embarrassed to be a Tottenham fan after that. I've got a Tottenham Christmas jumper on today. I don't understand how anyone can be racist. I would fully understand. 3 warnings were made. I would understand a behind closed doors game.
Yeah, 100%.
Make Tottenham play in the best stadium in the world with nobody in it.
Yeah, I think they need to take a harder stance in terms of fans as well. Like, you should be sued.
Banned for life.
Sued. You might lose your job. Make it more kind of
It's
personal.
illegal.
It is.
It is
It's
illegal.
really bad, and it's happening literally every week at the moment.
Yeah.
There's always an incident somewhere.
It's awful. I don't want to talk too much on it because for time, but I could go on this for an hour.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
It's really frustrating.
Disgusting. Stadium ban. I think that Tottenham could play behind closed door. I would even, if it happened again, make it okay. Now you've got to play 5 games behind closed. Now you play a whole season behind closed doors. You lose all that revenue, and then you're not just for trying to put a player off. You're completely at the detriment of your club.
There was a Spurs fan on the radio Monday who just went, I was there with my child, and I was so embarrassed and just shocked by it. They actually left early and doesn't want to go back to a football game.
Good.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's not what football's about. Let's get rid of them. The amount of technology in that stadium, they should be found and they should be able to get rid of them. As for the performance, terrible.
Yeah.
Brighton losing at home to Sheffield United was a bad one. Then Sheffield United also had 2 goals disallowed rightly by VAR. The first one was a handball.
Yeah,
was it Egan? And then the player was offside.
Yeah, Brighton. That'll hurt Brighton because that's one of those games you look at and go, we need to nip.
Sheffield United are better away from home.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, difficult for Brighton. But again, Spurs were rubbish.
Well, Brighton beat Spurs 3-0 earlier in the season.
Yeah. I think you're going to win comfortably, but
I would expect so. I can see it being a bit like when Burnley came into town.
Yeah, you
blitz.
need a reaction. Yeah.
And there'll be a bit of rotation. I would expect Harry Winks to get a start in this one. You'd think. Danny Rose came on. He could play. Son Heung-min's suspended. I think Lamella's back in the squads.
Keeper the blinder.
Oh, that penalty! What was he thinking?
Yeah, unbelievably bad.
Gazaniga, I was thinking for a while that Lloris might not get back in the side, but he will.
Yeah, of course he will. Yeah,
he absolutely will. We need a new goalkeeper. I don't trust Lloris that much either.
Yeah.
Let's go through this quickly. So, score prediction.
2-0 home win.
I'm going to go 3-0 home win to reverse what happened at the Amex.
Huge game next.
Villa Norwich, 3 o'clock. Aston Villa, quite simply put, look like a team who might go down now. Losing 3-1 at home against to the nearest relegation rival to put you in the relegation zone. You were above the relegation zone on goal difference, and to lose as emphatically as Villa did. And now John McGinn's out for months.
Yeah.
That's really, really embarrassing. Great goal from Jack Grealish. I would argue that if I were Grealish and it goes on like this and they lose these couple of games going into January and they lose through January and it gets the last week of January, there may be 6 or 7 points adrift of that spot, which could happen because they've got Watford twice. They've got the teams around them. If they're going on a losing run, if I were Grealish, I'd hand in a transfer request.
I don't think he'll go anywhere.
I don't think he will, but in the summer they could get 20 mil for him if they go down, or they could get 60 mil for him now.
We're also in the semi-final. They've got half a chance in, and if you can take them to Wembley as a captain, you'd love that. But yeah, as you say, they are really poor at the moment. Just really poor goals as well. Was it Nakamba or
Marvis Nakamba? Great name, terrible footballer.
Yeah, just terrible.
Just giving the ball to
Danny Ings.
What a finish!
Oh, Danny Ings is.
Danny Ings. I'd take Danny Ings to the Euros at this point, ahead of Callum Wilson.
Is he the second highest English goal scorer in the league? I think, and he's playing beautifully.
I'd take him ahead of Tammy Abraham at this point.
We'll come on to him, obviously. But yeah, Villa need to start winning games. Unfortunately, they're not doing it at the moment. And as you say, they're a real possibility of going down at the moment.
Yeah, but Grealish needs to get in the England squad, and with the way Mason Mount and James Maddison are playing,
but the thing is, he's carrying that side.
But it's still hard for him. It's going to be hard for him to get in the England squad if those other two are playing well in teams that are winning.
A great finish, by the way, for Grealish.
Oh,
absolutely wonderful.
Moving swiftly on to Norwich City, another loss at home to Wolves.
Should have won. They absolutely battered them.
Yeah. Cantwell scored another good goal, great goal. Terrible defending
missed a couple of chances as well. Pukki doesn't miss.
No, but again, they're going to go down.
Yeah, it's a shame because first half they were absolutely wonderful, and by the looks of the game, they've just kind of run out of steam in the second half.
Norwich will finish bottom of the Premier League this season.
100%.
Watford are improving. Norwich will finish bottom. You heard it here first. As for this bottom of the table clash, I'm going a Norwich win. I'm just looking at Villa at the moment, and there's such a slump. Norwich are looking better. I'm going to go 2-1.
I'm going for a really uncomfortable 1-0 home win.
Yeah, I'm right with that. Bournemouth Arsenal. Okay, let's start with Bournemouth quickly. Another loss against Burnley after the reprieve last weekend against Chelsea. Losing at home to Burnley is not the way they would have liked it to be.
No.
They're going to be just about safe, probably. However, they do need to start picking up more points or they will get dragged into a fight.
100%. Yeah, again, that's another game that's going to hurt Bournemouth, sorry.
Yeah.
It's one of those you do need to pick up the points in. But yeah, they're just a team, aren't they? They'll win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
Aki and Wilson are out, but they're two players that could leave in January
at
the end of the season.
Yeah.
So they could be players they're without for the rest of the season.
Yeah, as an Arsenal fan, it's a great time to be going to Bournemouth. I need to stop saying Burnley.
Yeah, Bournemouth.
They're obviously injury depleted, not playing particularly well. I love us going to nick a result there.
One of the teams you might want to play at home when you're struggling is Arsenal, though, because Arsenal away from home are terrible. However, Arteta's worked with the team since the weekend. He wasn't in the dugout against Everton, which was diabolical, that game.
Yeah, I watched it with Dad, and the first half was absolutely awful. I thought the second half we played a little bit better, but we just made weird changes.
Which is nothing.
We took off, who did we take off? Aubameyang.
You took off Aubameyang for Lacazette, but I would argue,
go for it.
I would argue that showed all the flaws in Aubameyang's game. That he was completely anonymous.
Yeah, it was.
And
really
I know you
poor.
say starved of service, but there were times where Arsenal were getting the ball out to the wings and getting forward, and he was nowhere near. He wasn't making right. He just wasn't doing anything. No,
the problem is at the start of the year, you look at it, he was the only one who scored goals, and now he's not scoring goals. We look even worse.
Yeah, now he's not scoring goals. You realise how little else he does.
Yeah, but the only positive is we kept a clean sheet. First game of 15.
There wasn't a hard clean sheet to keep, though.
And I've seen a couple of clips of sort of training with Arteta. It looks like we're...
Yeah, but training doesn't give you anything.
I agree, but I like what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, this will be the first real test. I'm going to the game after, which I can't wait to see what happens.
Who does he start? Do you think he'll keep Saka at left back?
Saka is playing really well. Really well.
Saka at left back. Do you think Chambers keeps his spot
Chambers
in the middle?
playing really well. Louise actually played quite well.
Maitland-Niles will probably keep the spot because Bellerin's gone as well.
Yeah. I've got to say, I thought Torreira and Jack actually played quite well. It's the first time I've said that all year.
Emile Smith-Rowe take his chance?
I thought he was poor in the first half. Second half played quite well.
Ozil won't get paid.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with
but
Ozil.
the thing about Ozil is, for me, Arteta, they played together. They're probably friends. You could get a resurgent Ozil who wants to play for the manager because he wants to play for his mate.
Yeah, 100%.
And if that's the case, fantastic.
Yeah, there'll be a few players in there who might look at it and start up the game slightly, but we'll see what happens.
Very interesting. Let's get straight to the score prediction.
1-0 away win.
I'm going to go 2-0 away win. I think Arsenal will get this.
Yeah.
Chelsea-Southampton. Chelsea, quite frankly, was superb against Spurs. Lampard got it spot on. Three at the back.
Right, didn't he?
3 at the back was great. Tomori, what a central defender he's going to be.
He's come out. No, well, he's not come out. No, he's actually living up to his potential, isn't he?
He reminds me so much of Ledley King. Comfortable on the ball, quick. Good in the air, defensively isn't too rash, makes the right decision. He's the closest thing we've had to Ledley King since Ledley King. And if he can keep himself free of injury, he could be what Ledley King should have been for England. 100 caps, best defender in a generation.
At the rate he's going, he's going to be next to Maguire starting.
Yeah, I would 100% go for that right now.
But yeah, as you say...
I would argue Maguire would be more droppable.
Yeah, I was going to say at the moment Maguire's a little bit shaky.
Maguire's more droppable than Tomori. Tomori's fantastic.
William turned up and had a blinder.
William was great. Mason Mount, what a performance!
Yeah, I heard he played very well.
That is as good a performance as you can get in that position. So that's why maybe that's what Gareth Southgate's been seeing in starting him ahead of Maddison. Maybe he's seen because he's younger than Maddison. Maybe he's seen more of a long-term upside in Mason Mount. We think Maddison's great, but if Mount's playing like that, you can't really argue with it.
No, I was quite pleased with Lampard's reaction at the end. It meant something, didn't it?
Yeah.
I like that. It's the first time he's done it this year, really, isn't it? Fair play to him, and I expect a really comfortable home win.
Against Southampton. I don't, because Southampton have got one thing.
You've slated Southampton for weeks on end.
Yeah, I have, but now they've got one thing that's working for them. They've got a striker who scores goals. Danny Ings is on fire at the moment, and Chelsea could do worse than looking at him if Callum Wilson doesn't go. Although Danny Ings is at his hometown club, he's just signed on.
Yeah, I did mention last week, I think Danny Ings is a good bet for a team who might be trying to go places. Yeah. I'd look at him at
next
Arsenal.
season.
I know we don't need a striker, but
I think you do need a striker.
But he's a poacher, isn't he? He's a proper.
But he scores. But the finishes last weekend, like the second one with his left foot across the goalkeeper, that was a world class finish.
Was it the week before? He had 2 that are disallowed for some reason. They were top bins. It's like, wow, where's that come from?
Danny Ings is fit, firing, and fantastic at the moment.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So he could cause Chelsea problems. You say it's going to be a confident home win.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I do think it will be a home win, but I don't think it's going to be comfortable. I'm actually going to think it's going to be 2-1. Danny Ings to score for Southampton.
3-1. I think Danny Ings will
Did you
score
think
as
it was going to be 2-1 as well?
well. I was going to say 2-1, yeah.
Oh, so not that comfortable. Palace, West Ham. Anyway,
Two terrible sides,
Crystal Palace lost 1-0 to Newcastle at St James's Park. They won't be very happy about that, I don't think. But it turns out that Wilfried Zaha got shut down by, who was it? Like Federico Fernandez? Or no, Sarr. Sarr
Yeah,
just shut out Wilfried Zaha. Completely shut him out. And that's why I question Zaha being an £80 million player.
Yeah, I was looking at the league.
50 mil.
I was looking at the league earlier this week, and we know we absolutely hate Palace. And I was looking at it, they're only 8 points above the bottom three.
Yeah.
And in 3-4 weeks' time, they might be 2 or 3.
We have to be careful about Palace because I'm just about to start hosting a Palace fan.
Yeah, I know you are.
To start liking Palace.
But I don't rule them out.
To go down.
Just going all the way down.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. I think Zaha will probably go in January.
Yeah, exactly.
However, Roy's doing a great job. Roy's doing a great job, and this is the type of game they might win because West Ham are really. They didn't play. West Ham's an easy one for last weekend. They didn't play. Their game was postponed against Liverpool for the Club World Cup, but they're shocking at the moment. West Ham, they're shocking. The West Ham fans are livid because they've got too many fairy players who don't run around. Apparently,
yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. Too many players who are of the similar mould, aren't they? It's just like, oh.
And it would not surprise me if this is a 1-0 home win.
Yeah, annoyingly, I think Palace are going to win as well. I'd like them not to.
Should we agree on a 1-0 home
Yeah,
win? We're not really doing it. We tried a competition to start the season. That's gone.
No.
1-0 home win.
Yeah.
Everton, Burnley. Everton against Arsenal were dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Not. It wasn't even that they were dreadful. It was just a rubbish game. It was just so uninventive from both sides.
Final ball from both sides was absolutely terrible.
What Everton did was they scrapped. They scrapped and they fought. Ancelotti's come in. Duncan Ferguson's having to share the assistant manager role with Ancelotti's son, Davide.
Nice.
But apparently, that Davide's followed Ancelotti for the last few years. He's been going wherever he goes. So it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic works because I wouldn't want to have to tell Duncan Ferguson what to do.
Yeah, you wouldn't rule against him if you went, should we bring him on? It's like, all
right, mate.
Yeah, let's bring him on.
But Moise Kean came on. Moise Kean.
He took off another striker after bringing someone on, didn't he? Was it Tosin?
Yeah, that was different though.
He did
Tosin came on for an injury after about half an hour and then went off with 10 minutes play.
Did make me laugh though. I was like,
he did it twice in 2 weeks. But Tosin played a good 60-70 minutes.
He did nothing.
Did nothing. So, and that was for Moise Kean, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, nice to see him playing again. Yeah, it'd be interesting what Ancelotti does with Everton. They've
got all the parts.
They do, agreed.
They've got Delph in the middle, who I think is a good player.
I love
Sigurdsson. Tom Davies, I think, I thought he embodied the Ferguson spirit against Arsenal. He got in your face, and he doesn't look like the type of player who'd get in your face.
No, agreed.
But he did. He did the scrappy work. He got in your face. He did all the nasty bits, and I like that. And I think that Everton fans will appreciate that. Where they're struggling, centre half is going to be a problem. I don't trust any of their centre. Mason Holgate, I trust the most, but he seems to be the one who's not playing.
Yeah, Mina and Keane are both liabilities, aren't they? And I agree. I think Mason Holgate is going to be a really good footballer.
Yeah, Sidibe looked all right against Arsenal, as did Dina.
Dina's just a liability.
No, Luca Dean had to go off, didn't he?
I'm not sure, but
didn't he go off first half?
Yeah, I remember him having a nose.
No, he didn't. He played. No, it was the week before when Baines had to come on.
He's a liability going backwards, but he's great going forwards.
Yeah, they've got the players Ancelotti will like.
Richarlison scoring goals. They're a really good side.
Baptism of fire in the Premier League is Burnley. He just won 1-0 away against Bournemouth. This will be Ancelotti. Yes, he's managed in the Premier League before, so he knows what the Premier League is about. But did he manage a team like Stoke, I guess, back in the day, would have managed against, and that's the nearest thing you're going to get.
Oh, God, yeah.
But this Burnley team is like Stoke, except they've got a couple of players in there who can play.
Exactly.
Chris Wood is not just a target man. Chris Wood has been playing very well on the ground. He runs behind. He's been doing very well, as is Ashley Barnes. And then they've got players like Dwight McNeil, who's a bit tricky. Their midfield isn't awful.
They're just really uncomfortable stuff to play against, aren't they? And that's your debut. Well,
they almost mismatch styles, don't they?
Yeah. I actually reckon Burnley might win.
I think there'll be a new manager bounce. I think in a couple of days they'll be enamoured by him. They'll work their extra hard to impress him. What do you think the score's going to be?
I'm going to go 2-1 Burnley.
I'm going to go 1-0 Everton, but I think it will be a poor performance.
Yeah,
maybe
it's not
scrappy.
It's not good, is it? It's terrible.
Actually, no, 2-1. because I think Burnley will score in this game.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust Mina or Keane, even though Mina's 6'5".
I actually don't really trust Pickford at the moment. I think Pickford's a liability.
Even though Mina's 6'5", I don't trust him to be able to handle Wood and Barnes. Sheffield United, Watford at Bramall Lane. Now, on Love Sport on Sunday, I asked a Watford fan whether actually it's a good thing to be going to Bramall Lane instead of inviting Sheffield United to Vicarage Road, because Sheffield United haven't lost away from home since midway through last season, the Championship.
Yep.
They're fantastic away from home. At home, however, it's not been as plain sailing for them. It's been a little bit more difficult. So for Watford, coming off a 2-0 win at home against United, where they played very well, they were organised, they were compact, they fought. Will Hughes was a delight to watch, which we've been waiting for.
Oh, I love Will Hughes. I think he's a fantastic little footballer.
Everything worked. They also went for the 3 up, so they had Sarr on one side, Delafeu on the other. He's not a striker, Delafeu. Delafeu is so much better off the wing, where he can be a bit more lazy.
Yeah,
and he can,
exactly.
With Big Troy linking it together, it worked. It worked. So now go away to Sheffield United instead of invite Sheffield United to Bramall Lane, where Chris Wilder just seems to know how to play away from home. That should hopefully be almost work in Watford's favour.
Yeah, fair play to Watford on Sunday. Played absolutely beautifully. And yeah, I agree with you. Going to Bramall Lane is a easier experience than them coming to Vicarage Road. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, I don't think David Goldrick will ever score a goal.
He went round the keeper.
He did, yes.
Was it? He's got the most shots ever without scoring a Premier League goal, I think.
But the thing is, he does other things so well.
He's not. You don't drop him because he's playing. Like, don't get us wrong. We're not saying David Goldrick is a terrible footballer.
No.
He's been fantastic for Sheffield United this year. He's epitomised the way they play. He's embodied the spirit that Chris Wilder wants out of Sheffield United. The problem is he cannot put the ball in the back of the net, and he's a centre forward. He went round the keeper and he hit the side netting, and that just summed it up.
Yeah.
Actually, he put the ball in the net once when it was wrongfully ruled out for offside against Spurs VAR.
Yeah, he could literally play 38 games and not score a goal. I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't care. As long as he's contributing.
And as long as they stay up.
Exactly. And yeah, I think it's going to be a Sheffield United home win. Just because I think Pearson's Watford are going to be very organised.
And the thing is, he had to change the way he played last week because Ollie McBurney started, not Lise Mousset.
He scored McBurney. Christ.
Excuse me. Lise Mousset is a bit quicker and a bit more, can get. Whereas McGoldrick can drop in and do the linky bits. With McBurney's more of a target man, so McGoldrick has to do the extra work. But playing very well, but he's not going to score.
He's not, but I don't care.
No. So let's go to the. Because we say every week how much we like Sheffield United. We don't need to go into too much depth.
I love Sheffield United. It's great.
They're fantastic to watch. Who's going to win this?
I said about 5 seconds ago I thought Sheffield United. I'm going to go draw, actually. I think Watford are going to continue a nice little run. Yeah.
Give us a score.
1-1.
I'm going to go 2-2. See Watford scoring twice.
Yeah.
We really can. Man United Newcastle 5:30 on Boxing Day. Man United against Watford were just poor. David De Gea making mistakes is not good.
That was a shocker.
Here's the question: Dean Henderson for Sheffield United is coming back to Manchester at the end of the season.
Yeah, I would throw him in next year.
David De Gea's just signed a $350,000 a week contract for a long time. If it goes through, it's a long time. He'll be earning $350,000 a week till 2025. He's like 35 years old, something like that. I think it is.
Yeah, he's just making really silly mistakes at the moment, isn't he?
Well,
it's really costing them. The way terrible away from home as it is.
Talking to a goalkeeper, the way they put it was his head was in the next phase of play.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was an easy save. He's thought, I've caught this, I'm going to throw it. And in that thought process, instead of concentrating on just catching
it. It's like a cricketer, isn't it? Balls come towards you, you're already thinking about throwing it in, but you just completely miss it.
Even when you're batting, when it comes in, when a slow ball comes in, you think, I'll pop this to I'm going to do a quick single here, and you start running as you hit it and you miss it. It's exactly the same, but he made a big mistake in a crucial part of the game. Then the penalty was given away.
Yeah.
Then you're 2-0 down, and Watford, Man United never looked like scoring.
No, massive issues away from home. I think it's probably the last 4, 5, 6 away games have been absolutely terrible.
Is it time to pull the trigger on Mason Greenwood up front?
Well,
he's a finisher.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Paul Pogba played well.
When
he did play very well.
Still looked a bit slow on the ball at times.
And he is, looking at that midfield, he would be the one who could do something a little bit different, but I just don't like Paul Pogba.
I'd put him in front of McTominay and someone else. Lingard in that number 10 role doesn't work. Matt is not doing it. I'd have McTominay, And Fred probably
Yeah.
more than Pereira. He's not great, but Fred. And then I'd have Pogba in front. That's how I'd do it.
Yeah.
And do you pull the trigger on Mason Greenwood, and do you shift Martial out to the right hand side? Because Daniel James, I think, he's all pace but not much substance.
Yeah, Daniel James has had a lot of football,
Substance.
bless him, and I think he needs to maybe been taken out of the firing line for a couple of weeks. And as you say, why not shove Greenwood up front? Every time he seems to come on, he makes a difference.
He's playing well. He's scoring goals.
Exactly.
He's a finisher.
And it's not a bad game to bring him into Newcastle at home.
You talk about Aubameyang. He's probably just as good a finisher as
Oh, God,
Aubameyang.
yeah,
He'd probably score if he was given the chance. He'd probably score as many goals as Aubameyang. However, he doesn't get the game time. Chuck him on up top, Martial on one side, Rashford on the other, and give Daniel James a rest. Imagine having Daniel James as an impact sub, tired legs.
Instead
30 minutes, 20 minutes to go, 30
Instead
minutes
of
to
a
go.
Pereira or Mata who are just one-paced and don't really do anything.
Or a Greenwood who you then put out of position and is probably not the quickest to actually impact.
Exactly.
It's worth looking at. As for Newcastle, another win at home against Palace.
Guess who scored?
And
my
finally,
God.
you've said it every week.
He will score.
Every week of this show, you have said that Miguel Almiron will score
He
for
will
Newcastle.
score a goal,
and he did score, and it was a
very
lovely
nice goal.
finish. Andy Carroll knocked down, lashed it home. Great finish. You could see the relief on his face. However, that can't be a one-off. He now needs to take that forward and start to produce regularly.
Do you know why he scored that? Because he didn't have to think about it.
He just smashed it. Yeah, there was not one-on-one
No,
where he had to
too much time. He's going to miss that.
Yeah, it was just hit it as hard as you can towards the goal.
And I'm so pleased for him. And as Steve Bruce was delighted at the end as well.
Yeah.
And a really good win. Really good win. What they're mid-table at the moment. aren't
Above mid, they're like they're in the top 10.
Flying.
They're smashing it. Newcastle aren't going to go down, and Steve Bruce should be commended for the job. Because I'm not sure. I don't think that Rafa Benitez could have done a better job with this group of players than Steve Bruce has done.
I don't think many managers would be in the best position at the moment.
Steve Bruce has got that hometown momentum. He's almost used the fact that people didn't like him to his advantage, to sort of, I'll show you,
exactly.
I'm a Newcastle fan, this is my dream job, there's no way I'm letting this go because the fans don't like me.
Yeah.
And he's going to make the fans like him by being one of them.
He's done clever things. He's given the Longstaff boys games. He's got Carroll up front as well to lead the line. He's just doing clever things.
Joelinton's still an issue though.
Yeah, agreed. I would look to probably offload as soon as possible.
You're not going to get 40 mil.
But if
they get 30 for him, they've done
If
well.
they had the money, I'd go and get Danny Ings.
Yeah.
It'd be
I
great.
keep Andy Carroll up top, but you just can't. You need someone else in
No,
case he goes down.
That's
again.
the thing. They're not going to get battered anymore. They're very organised, and I wouldn't be surprised if they drew this game.
Yeah, I'm very aware of how long we're going for.
Yeah.
So, score prediction, please.
1-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 United. I think they've got this one, but Newcastle will give them a good game. Although they have beaten Man United already in Newcastle this season. Leicester Liverpool, the game of Boxing Day, the game of this round. Leicester got beaten quite resoundingly by Man City, if we're being honest, at the Etihad. They went 1-0 up. What a finish by Jamie Vardy, by the way.
Beautiful. Yeah.
At pace, with his weak foot to dink it. That's why Leicester fans are saying he's one of the best strikers in the world, and that's why anyone who argues against him is wrong. Jamie Vardy is one of the best strikers in the world.
Yeah. He's so good. Oh, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Just giving away the secrets. You keep talking, I'll do
But
this.
yeah, no. As you say, I kind of felt like they kept giving Mahrez way too much space for some reason, and every time he got the ball, he looked like he was going to do something.
I think they were too worried about Sterling.
I just don't actually rate Chilwell very highly at defending. I think he's great going the other way, but when he's one-on-one, I always get a little bit concerned that he might get done, and that's for me why he shouldn't be starting for England. But
who's we've got no one better. He has to start for England right now. Who starts? You're saying why shouldn't be starting for England, but who starts? Luke Shaw's you can't trust being fit.
I agree, but
Danny
Chilwell
Rose
can't defend. Look, the amount of times he got absolutely done. It's like, what are you doing? He's giving him about 5 yards, just run straight at him.
There's
There's
a spot there for a young player.
There is.
Saka. If Saka can become a good defender,
Oh yeah, the problem is he's probably again better going the other way.
but all fullbacks are better going the other way now.
But
It's
yeah,
just about
Kevin De
learning.
Bruyne had an absolute
Would you
blinder.
be tempted to play Wan-Bissaka on the left?
Potentially. Obviously, Shaw's nowhere near. Rose isn't good enough.
Yeah, we're not talking about Man City now. We're talking about Liverpool anyway, or Leicester. Sorry. You're saying
sorry,
Kevin
yeah,
De Bruyne had a
sorry.
blinder. Don't care yet. We'll care about that in a second. The Leicester team, losing the Etihad. Leicester fans won't be that gutted about that. They didn't think they were going to win the league anyway. What it has done is given Liverpool some breathing space, And I say that in that if Leicester had won, going down to, it would have been 7 points. What, even with the game in hand, it just puts that little bit more pressure on Liverpool because they are closer together.
The gap's massive at the moment,
and the gap is just almost irreparable. And if Liverpool win this,
it's done.
It is literally done. City are most likely to catch them, more likely than Leicester to catch them. But Liverpool beat Leicester, then I think that's pretty much it. But Liverpool have been in the Club World Cup. They've had a lot of travelling to do.
Bit of extra time.
They've played extra time. Oxlade-Chamberlain is out for the rest of the year, which is 2 weeks at least. He's done his ankle ligaments. Yeah, so that could be anything from the next 2 weeks to the next 6 months. Yeah. And if it's 6 months, I'm gutted because he should be starting for England. And that's another major tournament missed through injury, and that, that's just awful for
us. Yeah. If I was Leicester fan, I'd be licking my lips for this game. Coming back from where was it? Qatar, 120 minutes. The bubble's going to burst soon, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leicester absolutely.
I think Leicester will outplay Liverpool.
Yeah.
Score prediction, please.
3-0 Leicester. They are going to lose soon, and it is going to be this game.
I'm going to go 2-1 because, like you just highlighted about Chilwell, he's going to be marking Salah. Salah will probably do him. 2-1 Leicester. I'm going to go Leicester win as well. Friday, which is annoying me because all the games should be on Boxing Day.
Agreed. It is really
Every
weird.
team should play on Boxing Day. But anyway, Friday's game, Wolves against Manchester City.
Big game, isn't it?
We haven't even seen it. I'm assuming it's an evening game. This is a work day, so it'll be 7:45 or 8.
Yeah.
At Molineux, Wolves beating Norwich, scraping past Norwich 2-1. Doing what needed to be done and nothing more, really.
No, Traore looked good again.
Traore's fantastic. Have you seen that photo of him going around at the moment with him like that? It's just looks like he should be
his
in
arm
WWE.
is the size of my torso, crikey. He's just brilliant at the moment.
And they're playing well, Wolves, and they will not make it easy for Manchester City. Plus, Wolves have beaten City this season, and Wolves have a very good record against the top 6.
Yeah.
I know they lost to Spurs last week on a last minute, but they battered Tottenham in that game.
Yeah,
battered Tottenham. They're better against the top teams, and if Man City are pushing forward, the space that Traore can exploit.
Agreed. Be interesting to see where they play Traore. Would you play him through the middle?
No, I think they'll play him on the side. I think they'll use that.
To be fair, Raul Jimenez is great. So
you look at the left backs on off. Like Mendy's a great left back, but Mendy pushes forward. And Traore's quicker than Mendy. Yeah. Mendy's an athletic guy, but not as athletic as Traore.
No, agreed.
So you'd probably look to play him. He's not been playing as a wing back, as he's been playing as part of the front three. They've had wing backs and a front three. I'd probably stick him in that front three still, but on the right hand side. And if the play breaks down, if Mendy's pushed up the pitch or pushed into that weird holding midfield style role that Pep plays them in, I would tell Traore, as soon as he sees that, doesn't matter where the ball is on the pitch, I'd tell him to hit the touchline on the right hand side because there'll be space. Either way, the way Man City play,
Walker's playing poorly.
Yeah, but Cole Walker's quicker. I would say either way, there'll be space on the touchline. No matter how City play, whether Mendy's going around the outside or whether he's doing that holding midfield spot, I would say, look, cheat, stay up. As Mendy doesn't think you're the threat because you're playing a bit centrally in this area.
Yeah.
As soon as he goes, peel off to the side, and then if the goalkeeper gets the ball or if the defenders get the ball, the first thing you do is look for that right corner, pop it in, and make Mendy go on a sprint against. And Fernandinho's athletic, but not a Traore quick. Make them work for it. That's how I'd play it anyway.
Do you know why Man City are going to win this game? Because Kevin De Bruyne is absolutely wonderful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't disagree.
Playing so well.
He is the best player in the Premier League.
He was brilliant against Leicester.
But when he hit the post in the first half, the way he hit the post,
beautiful, wasn't it? It's the most weird technique, but it was great.
Yeah, like everything else he did was great. But the best thing he did in that game was the way he hit the post with the ball coming to him on that side of the pitch. He bent it round the keeper at his near post, where it shouldn't get anywhere near going in at the near post there, and it was special.
It's just a different level. Even I know City have been poorer this year, but he is dragging them along at the moment because Bernardo Silva's been pretty disappointing. Mahrez comes in and out. Sterling's been great as well, to be fair, but he is the one, and he's playing so well.
Michael Owen's been tweeting today. a video of De Bruyne saying that Michael Owen was his favourite player when he was a kid. Michael Owen's been like, yeah, Aguero first, now this, I'll take that. All right, Michael. Yeah, we know you were good for a few years.
Yeah, he's good as an 18-year-old.
Yeah, he was. Well, he was good. He was good in his early 20s, when he lost it by his mid 20s. But injuries will do that. Let's go score prediction, please.
Just Man City 2-1.
Yeah, I agree. I'm agree.
I think Wolves will score.
I think Wolves will score, and I think it'll come through something that happens with Traore exploiting space that will be there for Man City. But yeah, I think 2-1 as well. We're not sure when we're going to be back yet. We haven't discussed that because there's Boxing Day. We think probably Friday.
Friday's fine.
Probably Friday night we'll record, so it'll be Friday night, Saturday morning, going into the games for the weekend.
On Friday as well.
No, that's the Wolves City game.
Okay,
and then we'll go into the weekend. So it'll be around that time. We will be back. There's going to be more of us than normal over this festive period. But then there's no football in February, so we're going to figure out what we're going to do then as well. Okay. Might see some specials coming your way. We've discussed actually some short, sharp specials. If you've got a topic that you'd like us to discuss, please leave a comment, send us a message. Let us know the topic, whether it's something to do with your club, or it's something to do with football in general. We want to start doing some specials. They're a bit shorter to hit you with even more pub football content. But for now, there's one thing left to say. Two, actually. The first thing is Merry Christmas. Enjoy your day. I hope you get everything you want. Think of those in need and all of that sort of stuff. And the second one is cheers.
Cheers.